Hi. I thought I would continue on but from March 9th or whatever. March 10th. This book. Yeah. The remedy for wrongs is to forget them. Publilius Cyrus or something like that. That's who wrote that quote. One of the very best ways to hang on to a low self-esteem is to hang on to a resentment. Resentment is always about pain. It is about being cheated, being done, oh, about being cheated, being done unto, being victimized. And victimization always makes its presence felt in a negative definition. Definitions of ourselves. Definitions like, I don't have any rights, or you can't trust anyone, or I will never be loved. Kind of like all of them that I have right now. Yeah. To foster resentment fixates us at the point of our pain. Happiness then becomes like a butterfly, transfixed with a pin. Sorry. Where was I? To foster a resentment fixates us at the point of our pain. Happiness then becomes like a butterfly, transfixed with a pin. Because resentment and freedom are mutually exclusive, no one can have both. To insist on carrying around a resentment is to insist on retaining the source of our low self-esteem. Often the hardest thing about giving up resentments is that we feed such a right to them. It's like I have a right to it. Right? Yeah, it's true. We may well have been cheated. We may have well been cheated. We may well have been lied to and treated shabbily, perhaps even criminally. If that doesn't justify resentment, what does? The truth is, however, that resentment is a self-defeating entitlement. We have a right to a stomachache too, but who wants it? To harbor a resentment is to harbor an enemy. Good one. March 11th. Beware, as long as you live, of judging people by appearances. John D. La Fontaine. People who struggle with low self-esteem are quick to intimidate themselves. One way to do this is to make a snap judgment based on appearances. Or names, you know what I mean? Some of the new people who come into our self-improvement programs, for example, may hardly seem to need improving. Some are so fit and healthy looking they could probably teach the exercise classes we're afraid to take. Some seem so intelligent they could probably find a cure for the common cold faster than we could find the mayo in the back of our refrigerator. How could they be in the same room with us? Surely they couldn't be having the same problems we're having. But of course they could, and do. When we compare our insides to other people's outsides, the only picture we can come up with is wildly distorted and inaccurate. A snapshot is not the same thing as an X-ray. When we only judge by what shows, we misjudge and miss the point every time. Despite appearances, the people we quickly rank above ourselves are just the same as we are on the inside. They have fears, worries, hopes, dreams, just as we do. We deny them our compassion and deny ourselves their fellowship when we put them up to keep ourselves down. We put them up to keep ourselves down. I am learning to compare myself with others for information rather than intimidation. March 11th. March 12th. The only abnorm, gosh, I have this issue where when I know the word, but when I'm reading it, abnormality. It's hard for me to read it. It's crazy. Is the incapacity to love. The only abnormality is the incapacity to love. Sorry. I'll move on. Sometimes, as we bravely but clumsily trudge the path of recovery, our priorities go out of whack. Heaven knows we are trying to touch all the bases and exercise every weak muscle. Perhaps we are trying to do too much at the same time. We may be busily learning to play, exercise, develop a prayer life, and assert ourselves with such passion and energy that we forget why we stirred up all the activity in the first place. We need to remember that our final goal and first priority is to become healthy enough to participate in the healthy relationships. Yeah, these relationships, they suck. It's like, okay, even the YouTube ones, even if you have a relationship of some sort, like, subscribe, right? Still sucks, It's no relation to me. It's just a stranger, I guess. They are the ones that help, just so you know. So don't be mean. Quit being mean, people. If it's true, then it's true, that's not mean. But, what is it, Wayne? Being mean is being nice too, or ignorance is nice, and, what else? I can't keep up with all this stuff, I come on YouTube, and there's so many different languages that I'd rather just speak my own, but to read this in my own language, it would be